Hey, what's up, my family? I am your host, the GA Country Boy. Thank you for returning to the GA Country Boy Chronicles. I just wanted to hop on here, guys. It's Tuesday, my lunch, a little bit late, but I just wanted to hop on here and actually let you guys hear my voice and see if I can get a good quick laugh or story in for you. Today's episode comes from when I was a young lad. I'd say I was 13 years old, fresh off that farm. I hopped on a bus when I was 13 to go down from Georgia to Miami, and I knew where he was. I was going to my stepmom's home in order to stay with her so I could actually, visit for a week or two so I can try to get to know my biological. When I went down there, one thing that I remembered that I wanted to share with you guys was this. It was my introduction to Cubans, being the people. I got a chance to be around a bunch of Cubans. One thing that I find very interesting that I want to share with you guys was this. Just like anybody else, I love bananas. I grew up on a farm and we didn't have bananas, in Georgia, mostly the watermelons, the vegetable fruits, and whatever you had in your garden wasn't bananas. Florida is looked at, you guys know, as like tropical because of that weather, the humidity. You can pretty much grow exotic fruits and whatever have you down there. For me, I got introduced for the first time seeing a banana tree. We had a banana tree in the backyard, and I remember walking out to this tree, just amazed at looking at it. And I was just like, man, just country boy on the farm, we just crack watermelons open and we eat them all day. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm about to go out here and just pick me some bananas, and I'm gonna be eating bananas all day because I love. Little did I know, I walked out to that banana tree, mind you, I was 13, coming out the farm, used to animals, used to everything. I went to reach and grab this bunch of bananas. I was gonna take about 6 and just crack them open, start like we do on the farm. By the time my hand reached up to grab this banana bunch, there was a big ass lizard, an iguana, right next to it. And I'm talking the kind that with the puffy neck. Man, my first time ever seeing one. I fell to the ground. Damn those bananas. I ran back inside. I told my stepmother, she laughed at me. I told my stepbrothers at the time, they laughed at me. It's like, oh, they're not gonna do anything. Just kind of shoo them away and grab the bananas. And I'm looking at them like, yeah, your mind. That to me, that was a baby dinosaur. To me, because I as country boys, we don't deal with none of that. We got the cattle and everything like that, but we ain't trying to get next to it, and they don't look like a reptile. So they said, just go on out there. I'm like, no, thank you. Backyards was off limits to me. That's why I draw the lines. When lizards and reptiles and snakes ass pass me. I usually have a rifle or gun in my hand when I see those things. Yeah, it's me with that. But this is not what a story is. I have to ask you guys though, have you experienced, ran into any animals, insects, anything like that that you draw the line on like no, no, zero tolerance? Please put it in the comments. I like to hear about it. I just hope that I'm not the only one being laughed at about this. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So that leads me to later today. Later in the day, everyone in the house is laughing at me, being a country boy, because I'm afraid of the iguanas. And this story is about me being around Cubans, right? Again, the Cubans, they love bananas. They love bananas. By the way, the neighbor was Cuban next door. So they shared the fence where my dad had this banana tree, right? So we're outside in the front yard and they're frying frisbees and doing other things. Kids start running up and down the street. It's a ton of kids outside, right? And I remember the neighbors like, oh, he came out and introduced himself and he had a hat on. And his hat, was like box hat, but it was like tall like that and bib in the front. I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, hey, that's how they rock their hats, whatever. I'm a country boy, straight down with the little V right in the front sometimes. On the farm, that's how we did it. Anyway, so he's talking and he's like, he has a big cup in his hand and he happened to have a spoon. And I'm like, I'm wondering what he's eating out of the cup. So he's talking to me, introducing himself, saying, nice to meet you and all that. And he says, you want to try it? I'm like, looked in the cup. He says, it's like a banana rice pudding dish. He said it has bananas, it has milk, condensed milk, and something else in it. I tried it, and it was the best thing ever. Whatever Cuban dessert that was, man, it was the best thing ever. While I'm sitting here digging in this cup, man, I told you it was a tall cup. Arm all in, other kids trying to scrape the bottom and eating it. Unbeknownst to me, I wasn't paying attention to him, man. I was all into that dish. Well, a little Cuban fella took it upon himself and took his hat off. I wasn't watching him. He had a iguana on the top of his head, so he took the iguana out. The tail was going down the back, and I'm again digging in his bowl, and he places it on my shoulder as I'm digging in the bowl, and he does it as friendly, like thinking he's like, "Hey, you want to see my pet?" I froze, dropped the little cup in my hand, boom, spoon, get it off me! I couldn't even turn my neck. Yes, I froze. I didn't want nothing to do with them iguanas. Here we go again, and this little fella put an iguana on. He started laughing. He didn't realize how mad I was, how froze I was. He finally got this iguana off me. It took everything in me because I didn't want to ruin the relationship, what they got going on down there, not to punch this kid in the face. I just went in the house, and I got to tell you, that was probably the last time I came outside dealing with anybody. And that was my last big interaction with Cubans. And you say, did that turn you off? A little bit. I mean, I'm 13. Oh, yeah, premature, immature mind. Yeah, it did. It did. But, hey, I live and I learn, and I know that has nothing to do with nothing now. But hey, it did at the moment. I don't know if he really even understood it, how close he came to a Georgia backhand right in the face. But hey, the moral to this story and the lesson is sometimes you need to be alert and be always on guard around you. For me, I let my guards down because I was too busy all in that dessert, elbow deep. And that's how I got this serpent, this dinosaur put on my, my shoulder. Anyways, so my advice to you, know who you're talking to and who's around you. And don't hold back. It's okay to do a Billy Blanks karate kick into somebody's chest if they do that to you. I'm not promoting violence, but hey, you do what you have to do. Guys, as always, that's my time. That's my show. Before you leave, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'd appreciate it. All right. Peace.